Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome along to Forever United TV for Match Day. United up against West Ham this afternoon. 2 o'clock kickoff. We've got all of your build-up team lineups before the game discussion. We're going to go into what Manchester United can do, what we might need to do. We'll look at West Ham and the threats that they bring as well. Get some score predictions in and some general thought ahead of this game, which is absolutely massive for manager Erik Ten Hag. Probably more so than United right now. Whereas the season is still young, and a lot of people are arguing the point that Manchester United can still claw back that gap from the top half of the table, because let's not forget we are in the bottom half right now. Most people do believe that time is running out for Ten Hag. Me in particular, I would be happy to see him go very, very soon. If after this game possible, thank you. Even if we win or draw or lose, I don't care. I just know that we are not going to go forward with this manager. That is my personal opinion, as you all know. But we're here to support United and get behind the boys, and hopefully we can get a win at a notoriously tough ground at the Olympic Stadium against West Ham. We never seem to do well against West Ham. Upton Park was a nightmare. The Olympic Stadium has had it's a mixed bag of results over the last few years since they took over from the Olympics in 2000. I think was it 13 after they took over. But yeah, it's been pretty crap, to be honest. I've been there a few times when we've won. I've been there a lot of times when we've lost. Thankfully, I'm sat comfy with you all watching the game here today. If you aren't watching the game, I know it's not on televised TV. We have got a watch along. The link for that is in the live chat right now. So we're going over to Big Up, our watch along platform, at 1:30. So make sure you join us there on that platform so we can go over the game, have a call in, speak to me. We can go through everything in more details, tactics-wise, get the tactics board up and look at how we might set up today, because the team is there running across the bottom of your screen, so we might as well start this show on that and get your thoughts, everybody. As expected, really, I think the only debatable decision was probably, does Ugarte start another game? Does he start 2 games in a row? No. We are nearly 3 months into a season, and the biggest signing and biggest saga of the summer has still not started consecutive games. Ten Hag clearly thinking he has got all the time in the world to try and bed in his new signings. Well, if that is the case, then I am concerned. But that is your team as it is there at the bottom of the screen. Starting off in goal, obviously, Annan. Mazraoui reverts back to his right position at right back. De Ligt and Martinez at centre back, with Diallo, Casemiro, Eriksen, Rashford, Fernandes, Garnacho, Højlund, the captain Bruno Fernandes, obviously coming back into the starting lineup. That is one of the other changes from the game the other week against in the week against against Fenerbahce. Sorry, just clearing my throat there for a second. Sorry about that, everybody. I'm just going to get the subs bench up now for you so you know who's actually on the bench. We have Bayende, Amas, Evans, Lindelof, Jack Fletcher, Manuel Ugarte, Amad Diallo, Wheatley and Joshua Zirkzee. So plenty of cover at the back there. Covering midfield, covering attack, covering defence. What injury crisis are we talking about? Every single position is covered on that bench there. We have 2 of his new signings sat there on the bench. The most creative player for Manchester United this season sat on the bench in Amad. Again, he's not resting anybody. He's talking about rotation, but he's still got Garnacho on that pitch. With them knee straps on and the concerns about injuries, well, this one's going to go down, Eric. If Garnacho does suffer any reoccurrence of that knee problem that he's got, then this is on the manager again. Garnacho, by the way, congratulations to him. He is making his 100th Manchester United appearance today. Congratulations to him. If United look after Garnacho, he could become, going off the age and what he started, one of Manchester United's all-time leading appearance makers for the football club. He's only the 56th person in history to make that landmark, so congratulations to Garnacho. Let's hope that it's a celebratory sort of game for him today and we do come away with the 3 points. Where do we start in terms of discussion on this one? I can see you all in the live chat right now. Thanks for joining us, everybody. Get your thoughts in for the starting lineup. Let me know, was you expecting Bruno Fernandes? Do we even have to go there with the discussion on Bruno? We kind of knew it was coming. We knew that Ten Hag set it up with Mazraoui at 10 in the week. Didn't need to make a serious decision. Look, I'm looking at Casemiro. He's fresh. Didn't play many minutes. Well, what did he play? Around about 35 minutes in the week. So, looking at Casemiro, is he ready? Yeah, you would have thought so. Like, fresh, experienced player. Is the game going to pass him by today? Very big pitch at West Ham. And West Ham do carry a threat. So when we're looking at this game and we're looking at where Manchester United can win it, obviously we have got crucial players in in big positions. The front three, I'm not particularly worried about, to be honest. I said this earlier on. I said that we have got a bit of form in each one of these forwards at the moment. In Garnacho, obviously in Marcus Rashford, who's not been playing too bad recently, and obviously in what's I talking about there? Rasmus Højlund, obviously scoring the goal in the week. I'm just trying to get the West Ham lineup up on our screens right now, so I can just go through their threats as well. Just bear with me a second. So, right, they line up with Fabianski in goal, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos and Kilman and Emerson at the back, with Rodriguez and Alvarez holding in midfield. Soler in that number 10 role with Lucas Paqueta and Jarrod Bowen either side of him, supporting Mikel Antonio up front. The bench for West Ham: Cresswell, Kufal, Somerville, Licencio Somerville, one of their other signings, Gilmay, Danny Ings, didn't even know he was still going, Areola, Jean-Claude Todibo, a Manchester United target, Thomas Soucek and Andy Irving. Very, very strong West Ham side there today. Only missing Kudus and Fulkrug, the signing that they made in the summer from Germany. The striker that we all know was banging in goals for left, right and centre for them. Brilliant signing for them, although I did think they did pay a bit too much for him at the time. But yeah, there's threats all over that pitch. You're looking at Paqueta, Bowen, you're looking at Antonio, the strength of him. Manchester United's defence is going to have to be at it today. I think we're going to need a serious performance from the likes of Lisandro Martinez and De Ligt to handle Antonio. Yes, he's hot and cold in finishing, but you know what he brings and you know the threat he brings. When he's had a full rest, a full week off and a full preparation for a game, he can be a handful, and we cannot ignore the threat that he brings. Mavropanos and Kilman at the back. Obviously, Kilman was a big signing for them at the start of the season as well from Wolves. Alvarez, we know all about. Rodriguez, two well-known players, and we know all about Wan-Bissaka, obviously, at the back as well. It's going to be a tough old game for United. It really is. And we're going to have our wits about us. At the forward line, like I said, for us, not too concerned with that. Not really got an issue with the defence. It is what it is. It probably would have been the lineup with everybody fit, so we can't really complain there. We've got Agati on the bench, we've got Casemiro on the pitch, so the selection today is more on Ten Hag than it is through possibly players being out injured or unavailable. There's plenty there. You've got a forward chomping at the bit there who has made a real difference so far in the good part of this season, that he's sat on the bench for, yes, the 4th game in a row. And the word around Amad and what we spoke about the other day on this channel is a concerning one, that we are not going to see him. We're not going to see him in this United shirt again while Ten Hag is in charge. There was the perfect chance to rotate. Why is he sitting out game after game after game? You're giving Xerxes a chance. You're mixing him up with Højlund. You're playing Garnacho and Rashford. And let's be honest, as well as I said that them forwards are in somewhat a little bit of form, there is still room for improvement with all of these players, and no one is really pulling up trees. And I don't know why Amad is the only forward that's not being rotated in when he has been one of the more consistent performers when it comes to creation on the pitch. So really, I look at it and I say, worried, but we have got enough to win this game. More than enough to win this game. And I expect United to go out and try and win it. I'm not convinced with the result myself. I have got a poll going right now. Let's see where you're all at with it. Score prediction for the West Ham game. Simple question. West Ham win, Man United win, or a draw? Winning the way is a draw. That's my bet. I'm going with 1-1 for this game. I feel like it's going to be a tight one. It's going to be hard to call. United win 34%, West Ham win 32%. That's changing all of the time. United win has just gone in front right now on the poll. So some people are clinging on to the hope that this is the time when we actually realise how crap we've been and we need to mend bridges, maybe. Actually put a performance in. We desperately need to do something, don't we? 100% we need to do something in this game. Otherwise, we are going to be languishing down in the depths of the bottom half of the table yet again, with Chelsea coming on the horizon. We got a tough old game against Leicester, which we need to balance right with rotation again. And there's always a risk in the week. Wednesday we play at home to Leicester, and where I expect us to win that game because Leicester are doing the same thing, I'm probably looking past it, and I shouldn't, because this is what we did last season with a poor Newcastle side when they came to town at exactly the same time of the season, and they smashed us 3-0 with playing four fullbacks, in the defence. We can't take Leicester. We have to take them seriously. I couldn't get my words out. I'm sorry, but I'm sort of looking ahead to Chelsea. We need points in the bag. We got that win against Brentford last week. If we don't back that up, and a draw isn't enough today either, a draw just leaves us where we are, and it's just turning into a bit of a nightmare. And that will only be 3 wins this season out of, 9 games? Definitely not good enough. So, a win today changes the whole outlook of the week. It makes the game in the week look a little bit better because you've surrounded it with 2 Premier League wins. And we have got some favourable games coming up. But a negative result today, which is everything but a win, puts United in that frame of mind again. Going forward, we don't look comfortable. Going forward, we're not confident. The element of doubt is there. That run continues. When are we ever going to get a series of wins together? All of these thoughts start coming into the players' minds. And, well, these so-called easier games, which there is none, and I'm not taking West Ham lightly, you're getting closer and closer and closer to the crunch games that are coming up. The Arsenal away, the City away, the Liverpool away. They're all coming up in the next couple of months. Well, the next couple of months in particular, Arsenal and City anyway. But other tough games on the horizon. Look, we've seen what Wolves did to Man City. There's no easy games in the Premier League. But I'm looking at the Leicester game at home and thinking, right, we can get 3 points there at the back end of this group of games after the Chelsea game. So we've got 4 league games in between these 2 international breaks. We've beaten Brentford. If we win today, it just takes all the pressure off. It does. It makes a massive difference. And it probably gives Ten Hag a little bit of leeway. It shouldn't, and he should be sacked, but it is going to do it. That's the inevitable thing that's going to happen. So when you look at the importance of today, when you look at the bigger picture, as in we've got Chelsea coming up, and that's no given at Old Trafford. You don't know how Chelsea are going to turn up and play. They're probably the only team that hasn't really dicked us at Old Trafford. Nearly everyone else has out of that top bunch of teams right now. But I feel like we need to be in a more stable position going into that game, and that's where today comes into its own. And I think he's absolutely humongous for Manchester United. Massive, in fact, for Ten Hag. And he can't come away with anything other than a win today. Otherwise, you know what's coming. Me and Jay are here after the game. We're going to be talking through everything, taking your comments. Obviously, we're going on to Big Up, after this. You can see the link in the live chat right now. Takes you to the watch along. You can come on, have a chat with me. We'll discuss the game as it's going on. We can obviously discuss other footballing matters. We'll have halftime call-ins, before the game call-ins. So, yeah, we are going to be going through everything in that regarding the game. But I feel like we have to look at West Ham and take Fenerbahce out of the equation. Take them out completely and take this game for what it is. It's a Premier League game that United have to win and should win. There's no other way of looking at it. You have to be 100% on it. And if you're not, then it's bye-bye Ten Hag. It's bye-bye anyway, but it's going to happen a lot sooner. I just fear for them players. I'm like, if you are just joining us right now, Rashford in for Amad again. This manager super chat in from Tomo. I'm going to come to the chat in a minute. Just quickly going over that West Ham side again for everyone who has just joined us. Actually, first of all, the United side is Anana, Mazraoui, Lissandro Martinez, De Ligt and Dello across the back. 2 holding players in Eriksen and Casemiro. In behind, Bruno Fernandes in the 10 position with Rashford and Garnacho either side of him. On paper, it's looking like Garnacho is on the right. So Rashford's going to be up against his old mate Wan-Bissaka on that left-hand side with Wan-Bissaka in right back for West Ham. Obviously, then we've got Rasmus Højlund up front. Fabianski, Wan-Bissaka, Mavropanos, Kilman and Emerson at the back for West Ham. 2 holders in Rodriguez and Alvarez. We've got Paqueta, Soler and Bowen across the middle, supporting Antonio in a 4-man attack. Pretty much similar formations for both sides in this one. Let's get into the chat and see where you're all at with this one today. Andrew says, Amad will be gone. Adam, myself, I'm really pissed off with Ten Hag messing me about like this. That is Amad talking, by the way. I voted for Man United to win just because I want it to happen. I'm not very confident, no, says Guess. 3-1 United, come on, says Liam. Ludvesh says we should beat them. Their coach is Lopetegui, which is arguably worse than Erik Ten Hag. Doesn't matter with Ten Hag. Anyone can have a go at us. Let's see what else we've got in the chat. Boxing says, if we draw here, he needs to be sacked after the game. I agree with that. Adam, the more money United spend, the worse they get, says Gehan. That's a point. It does seem to have gone that way. Let's hope on Erik Ten Hag and co. Just fingers crossed that Man United are you going to win today. If not, what happens next for Erik Ten Hag? Tired of watching the sacking saga. I'm tired of talking about it. It should have been something that was taken completely out of our hands, mate. And it should have been something that was dealt with in the summer. It's not, and that's why we're in the position we're in right now. Cheers for that super chat, Tomo. By the way, love that. And I'm in complete agreement with you in the Amad situation, especially with Rashford. And do you know what? Like I said, even if Rashford has been playing well, you want to sort of rest him. Like every time Rashford does well, he rests him and brings someone else in. He never seems to keep a player in when he's in form. It is really weird. I don't understand him in what he's doing with these players. It's mind-boggling, to be honest. Peter says, welcome, Peter. Adam, what worries me is if Amad does not get games, Real Madrid could come in for him, offer a sum of money, and Ineos will snap their hands off. Amad could look to leave. He could look to leave. This is why I did a full-on video special on Amad and how he's been treated at the football club. Look, if you take Ten Hag aside right now and you look at Amad when he came in, got a few games when he first arrived in January in 2021 with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Then he was loaned out to Rangers. Then he was loaned out to Sunderland. He's come into United, thought he'd cracked it, played really well, and now he's benched and he's not playing at all. The treatment of this player at Manchester United really has been disgraceful. And under Ten Hag, it's got even worse. You can understand loans. You can understand players getting game time here and there. But United was a mess while Amad came into the club. And he's just been panned off to different clubs here and there. Yes, he did all right at Rangers. Not fantastic. He did fantastic at Sunderland. He's done everything he possibly can. He's done everything the club's asked of him. He's sat patiently on the bench. And now we're waiting for him to come on the pitch. He's got his game time. He's performed better than anyone else in that front line pretty much. And now he's been benched consistently week in, week out now because Ten Hag is trying to get his favourites in the side. That's what a lot of people are saying right now. But I do fear because the contract is coming up as well. So United will trigger that 1-year extension and we'll end up losing Amad for peanuts. You know what? If you really piss Amad off right now and Ten Hag stays, if I was Amad's agent, I would be saying, we ain't signing shit. We're walking out the door for nothing. And that's where Ineos have to start realising what Ten Hag is doing here. They cannot afford to lose money. They need to make a decision. Because Amad is a good player and will help Manchester United prosper on the pitch for one. He is a good player that's on the verge of signing a contract maybe and can earn the club money in the long run. If he doesn't, they're going to lose money. And if Ten Hag actually stays, then Amad will go. We won't have any money because he'll end up walking for free or for peanuts. This is the situation that we're in right now. When you start pissing players off, who've been playing well, then you've got a bigger problem on your hands. And Ten Hag is creating a mountain of problems for himself right now. We don't understand. He talks about resting players and rotation, and we're only going off what he's saying here as well. And that is that he needs to make sure that these players are looked after. Well, Amad hasn't played for nearly 6 weeks. This is turning into a joke. I'm including international break in that, obviously. But it is turning into a laughingstock right now. And he is the butt of all of the jokes right now. He's the butt of all the jokes. And everybody's laughing at Manchester United because we're not using him. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. Please give the video a like, everyone. Let's see if we can get over 100 likes on this show before we finish up and go over to Big Up a bit later on for the watch along. Make sure you have clicked on the link in the live chat as well for that. So let's get into more of the comments. If I spotted Liverpool at London, I would like him. I don't know who he's talking about there. We just get dominated in league and home away games for as long as I remember. Even wins seem empty these days. We're scraping wins, that's why. We're not comfortably winning matches. We're giving nothing to the fan base to cling on to, excitement-wise, cling on to in hope that things will get better. We haven't seen anything. We've seen what some people said was, and I disagreed, the best half of football I've seen while Ten Hag has been in charge against Brentford. It wasn't. It really, really wasn't. It was drastically disappointing, that game. And we only have to put it into perspective with what Manchester United did in the first half. And then when we started to bottle it towards the end of the game, that's how United perform. That's how United deal with things. Time for another draw, says Newport City Nightmare. Oh, please, I can't be doing another draw. At least Ten Hag used to be able to avoid draws at all costs. It was either a win or a loss with Ten Hag. That seems to have changed as well now, which is, I don't know, like I said, I don't want to lose games, but you earn more points if you win more games. I'd rather lose a couple and then win a few, rather than just stay in this sort of deadbeat, odd defeat, odd win, loads of draws sort of scenario. Because that's where we're at right now. Draws are taking us absolutely nowhere. If the players play shit today, and Adam will blame it on Ten Hag and will spin stories for a couple of days. Shut up, you muppet. That's all I've got to reply to that. Spin what stories? You mean spinning facts? I'll talk about Man United being bottom of the table. Yeah, bottom half of the table. Like, if you're happy with it, yeah. He's setting these players up. It's down to him. And these players haven't been playing shit. There is no direction. And you can mask it up all you want, mate, but you ain't going to convince me, my friend. The manager's future and the game are two different things. We can win the game, but this manager will not take us to the level we want to reach. Not rotating young players could cost us. Simple facts that certain people want to ignore. Well said, my friend. And that one came from Andrew Douglas. Great comment there. Rashford is my favourite, regardless of performance. Rashford is Mr. Favourite, sorry. Regardless of performance, he be on that pitch thanks to his contract. Satinger says, Van Diallo, Ollie destroyed Van der Beek, and this clown is killing Amad. Harper Lee says, yes. Erik Ten Hag isn't expecting a hectic ambience today. He's playing 4 attackers in a away game in Europe. I'm not sure what you're going with that one. 1-1. What's the lineup, mate? It's on your screen right now. United's lineup, for anybody who hasn't seen it yet, is Onana in goal. We've got Diallo at left back, Martinez and De Ligt in the middle of the defence, and Diallo on the right. 2 holding midfielders in Eriksen and Casemiro. And then Bruno Fernandes in front of Højlund with Rashford on the left and Garnacho on the right supporting. So he has dropped Agate. He has also dropped Xerxes as well from the midweek game. Them two out. I'm happy with the back line. I'm happy with the middle of the pack. Apart from it, like I said, we sort of knew Bruno was coming in, didn't we? The writing was on the wall with Bruno, but still, you know what, actually today, if he actually substituted Bruno off today, if he wasn't playing well, I'd probably take that as a plus point. I'd take that as a positive. Welcome to the members club. We're Patriot. Thank you very much. That was donated by London. 1-1 draw again for Ryan. Let's get some score predictions in as well, people. Get them directly in the chats. We've got the poll running right now, as in results. West Ham win, United win, or draw. 40% of the Reds in the chat are going for a United win. It's good to see. All that matters is United winning today. That would be brilliant. Again, I just want to see United, at least at the moment, in the bleeding top half of the table. That's what we're having to expect. And that's what we're going to have to accept while Ten Hag is manager. But we're here for the United win. That's all that matters. Unfortunately, it won't go much further past that, sadly. And that is the problem in all of this. That is the big problem. It's stop, start, stammer along, stutter, whatever you want to call it. There's no consistency. Another manager will definitely get more out of these players. I'm not having it. These players are not playing. Bruno starting, Amad bench, Noah Garte, Erik Ten Hag at his best again, says United Spotlight. Andrew says, can't believe he has dropped Agata. He played well in the week, but he drops players who play well. He rotates the wrong bleeding players. That's the problem that we've got. He is just one rule for one rule for another. The inconsistencies in this man's management is just off the scale. Lonan's going for a 2-1 win to United. Adam Gelman's gone 2-0 to West Ham. 9-8, don't care who wins it, says Harper. I don't think my heart could take 9-8, mate. 2-0 to West Ham, says Humagas. If United go 1 up, Adam, keep calm. If United go 1 up, I don't know if I can keep calm at the moment. United, we can't keep a lead, can we? I fancy us more if we go in front. I do, because I think we can play to our advantage then and play on the break. If we're chasing the game, if we go 1-0 up, we know we're not safe. And that's the problem I've got with Ten Hag football as well. We never go for the kill. We never go 2-0 up. Well, when we do go 2-0 up, it's like we feel like we're in the wrong position and we end up throwing it away. European games, prime example of that. But you have to look at what Ten Hag has done before. And if United do go in front, the only thing that's going to convince any fan or anyone watching United or supporting United is we get that second goal. We go for the kill where we can. We control the game from that point. We don't sit back and just accept that it's going to be a tough old game and try and scrape a win. If we do that, then we're obviously going to be in massive and massive amounts of trouble. So, are they going to change the ways today? I don't see it changing today. I don't. I think we might get the win. I'm not confident, which is why I've gone for the draw. A win is still, for me, time to sack Ten Hag. I don't care. I've given up now. Again, I'll keep saying it. I'm not saying that a win today is going to convince me whatsoever. I'm in this for the team and the club, not the manager right now. I don't believe in him, and I don't think I will believe in him until he starts making some serious decisions and showing us that he has got balls to do certain things with this team. I don't think he has. I really don't. Always thought Flick was the guy. Too bad we went to revolutionise. He went to revolutionise Barca instead. You've played too well, boy. You're dropped next game. That's boxing straight talk on what Ten Hag does. He is saying he's saving his skin with Agate if he fails like Antony, where he is here. Fans will turn on him. No chance of failing if not playing. Adam, we are with you against the haters. That comes onto your channel. Thank you, mate. You've got me covered. People who actually want to blame me for the obvious that's going on is the most hilarious thing online right now. It is. It's fantastic, isn't it? Oh, I love it. You gotta love it. You gotta love the hates. Some of them are absolute melons, honestly. They're just deluded and they're just convinced by this garbage that they're being fed by this manager. It's scary is what it is. It's scary to actually listen to some of the excuses that some fans come out with. Look, if United play today, if United actually give it a go, then we've got a chance. If we don't, then again, we're going to be down there discussing and fans will be arguing with me. It's the players, it's not the manager, they're not playing for him. I just look at players playing in the week, and a lot of them look like they were all playing for Ten Hag. They're just all over the place. And sometimes you have to look at a managerial decision rather than a player's performance. And everything that's happening is through the players creating things themselves, individual brilliance here and there. Look, let's see what happens today. I really do hope that we get the win. We are going to shoot across to a big up now, everybody. So please do click on that link in the chat. I just want to say a massive thank you to everybody for joining us for this warm-up show here on YouTube. Me and Jay will be back after the game on YouTube again with the breakdown video, going over all of the reaction from the game. We are going over to Big Up right now, though, so please do switch across, click on that link. I'm going to leave the live running here for a little bit as well on YouTube, so make sure that you do join us over there and have your say on what is going to be an absolutely immense day and a pressure cooker one for Ten Hag in particular. But that is it. Thank you, everybody. I'll see you all over on